Beginning of the end. Oh no! Alright, dudes, look at this. So I was going to get my coffee. And I'm reading on my phone. I see this article here. Opinion, right? Opinion. Bitcoin, Ether, and other cryptocurrencies may be seeing the beginning of the end. Oh no! Bullshit! Brett Aaron says risks are rising after warnings from U.S. Chinese regulators. So you've made a ton of money from Bitcoin, Ether, and other cryptocurrencies. Sure. Can't even fucking select on this page. Just retarded. Market Watch. Mental note, never go back to Market Watch. No. Alright, so I read just this first two paragraphs, so let's read it right here. You've made a ton of money from Bitcoin, Ether, and other cryptocurrencies. Sure, they've defied the doomsayers time and again, which likely makes this week's shocking plunge. Dude, it went down 10%. Who cares? It's a big dip. It's a big dip. Plunge? Does anybody notice it's still $150 billion? Does anybody notice the $150 billion, which is now back up to 160? So, dude, I mean, yesterday I'm looking at this and it was, market cap was 153 billion. Now it's back to 161. Look at all this green. Look at all this green. Everything's jumping back up. Bitcoin Cash is bumping. Litecoin back up 13%. Bitcoin back up 7.23%. Ethereum. I mean, they all took their little look, they all did the same dive. And look, after the big sell off, it don't matter. People buying back up again. Cause that's what you do. This stuff is not dying, guys. But look. I digress. He goes, which likely makes this week's shocking plunge of Bitcoin and Ether just another buying opportunity. That's right. That's where you may be wrong. Mother flower. The sudden Chinese crackdown on Bitcoin, and then it shows the live price up 4.86%. Which is actually up 7.23, but on coinmarketcap.com. But this guy, look. The crackdown, and it's showing it's up 5%. Right, that caused the plunge is either the end of the beginning for the crypto party. What does that even mean? Or, more likely, the beginning of the end. Dun dun dun! And notice he says, sure, they've defied the doomsayers time and again. And that's what this guy is doing right here. Doomsayer. But look. Or more likely, the beginning of the end. If you're holding cryptocurrencies today, remember that no matter how much money you think you've made, you haven't made a nickel until you've cashed it out. They're trying to get you to sell. And you might want to think twice. Or even thrice about the rising risks. Oh my god. Alright, well, hey. So let's see what more he has to say. China took steps on Monday to stop initial coin offerings, or ICOs. These are the crypto bubble equivalent of the infamous IPOs during the late 1990s dot-com mania. That's interesting. China. We gotta look and see how many ICOs out there just got from China. Additionally, Hong Kong's regulator warned that cryptocurrencies may be securities for legal purposes and that these ICOs may be subject to securities laws, echoing similar rumblings from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. This isn't just a passing cloud, this is potentially a big deal. Blockchain technology may be as amazing as its proponents claim. Translating that into a financial mania for cryptocurrencies depends on some huge and flawed assumptions. First among them, the idea that governments are just going to sit idly by and let cryptocurrencies flourish. But we're all just supposed to go, oh yeah. Right. That's, didn't think about that. Well, that's okay then. That's fine. Of course, the governments aren't gonna say. I forgot about the government. Okay, well, we'll just let them do their thing. That's the whole point. Governments shouldn't be doing this kind of shit. People want it. Sure, cryptocurrencies could be used by all sorts of lovely people for all sorts of lovely things, but shadow, unregulated currencies can also be used by, say, tax evaders, drug dealers, money launderers, and other criminals. You mean just like cash? You mean just like checks? You mean just like credit cards? This is ridiculous! Excuse me. Oh yeah, and terrorists. Oh my god! I can't highlight it! It won't let me highlight it! This is... Dude! Right. Let's continue this. I can't believe it! Oh, I can believe it, actually. Alright, so where was I? Now they start talking 9/11. This is totally sensationalist hype. And who owns MarketWatch? News Corporation. Who owns News Corporation? Rupert Murdoch. I don't know what that means really. But somebody should write him a letter. Okay. I don't know, man. It is possible, but extremely unlikely. You see, after 9/11, there was a massive international crackdown of financial regulation around the world, including intense pressure on jurisdictions which had previously turned a blind eye to shadow finance and money laundering. It is possible, but extremely unlikely, that financial regulators worldwide are going... It's possible, but unlikely that regulators worldwide will just sit around and wait for another 9/11 to do this again. Now this article is sitting there insinuating that perhaps another 9/11's coming. And that it's going to be funded by cryptocurrencies. I'm not even going to get into how messed up and corrupt that whole thing is. 9/11 is going to happen again. They're just trying to freak you out here, dude. This is such BS. It is when these cryptocurrencies were small, it didn't matter. But last week, their total market value hit 150 billion, and this number has been heading up. Do you think governments are going to be okay with a $150 billion financial network that can be used by anyone outside of any oversight? How about $300 billion or $3 trillion? Dude, what, they saw this coming years ago. But yeah, that's probably it. They waited for it to hit this point, and now they're cracking down. Great! I don't know, though. Let's see how this yokel wraps it up here. It makes no serious sense. In other words, cryptocurrencies lack precisely the supposed unlimited upside that speculators dream about. The only way we are ever looking at so-called blue sky valuations is if the governments of the world all lose their collective minds. And as for those cryptocurrency fans and their libertarian fantasies, it's fucking, they're sitting there talking shit. This article is talking shit. It's going BS, man. If you think Bitcoin or Ether or whatever is somehow beyond government control because it is so decentralized across so many different computers, think again. Governments may not be able to shut down all the servers, but they don't have to. They can, in theory, ban people and companies under their jurisdiction from buying, selling, trading, or holding these things. Governments can make your cryptocurrencies unconvertible into anything useful. I don't think it matters. Like that, okay, that will do a lot of damage to the whole trading and all that, but you can't stop the actual technology of it. It will still exist. People won't stop using it. It'll still become something that gets mined and it'll become something that gets traded. And they can crack down all they want, but it's like drugs. It's like cash. They can't fucking control it. Well, the cash you can control. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. So it could still be tradable. You can't kill it. This is so wrong. And it can't be converted. Right now, convertible to something useful is fiat currency, because we all still are strapped. We got it rammed up our asses, so we have to use it. So everyone's buying and selling to make profit on fiat, so that they can make a living, so that they can go on a vacation, so whatever, with the regulated money. But this is all growing and growing and growing into something that eventually won't. I don't know if it will or won't be, but it won't have to be traded and converted between cash or euros or US dollars and all that. It won't matter. The whole point is for it to stand on its own. And it's already, Bitcoin itself, 16, what is it, billion? I don't freaking know. 16.5 million circulated supply, and it's going to cap at 21 million. You know, most of it's already out there. Eventually, so who knows, you know, hey, anything could happen. All this stuff is crazy, so be careful. But don't follow this negative ass BS hype. It's BS. It's BS. Read this article and read more. Alright, I'll link to this article in the description below. Read this one, but read others too. Don't let this scare you, man. And don't let somebody else saying the exact opposite of it, like kind of how I am right now, don't let them convince you that there's no risk either, okay? So you do the best, your due diligence, do that research, do what makes sense for you. That's why I say every time, you're gonna hear this like every video, guys. Just take what extra money that you can afford to that it's gone, because you're going to be investing it for years, and you're not going to get that money back for years. That's the goal. That's the plan. And only invest that little bit extra that you can afford. If you got rent, don't do it with your rent money. All right. If you'd rather go and do something, you have to buy a birthday gift for your loved one, do that. Don't put it into the cryptocurrencies. But if you have an extra $100 lying around, an extra $50 lying around, an extra $10, I don't care, buy Bitcoin and then hold for as long. Just don't even think, don't even think about when you're gonna sell, or it's rising or it's dropping. Do this for the long term. Take the risk. Take that risk. Take that gamble. There's like $10. Alright? Just a little. Don't be doing big old put all your money in, okay? Be careful. And every time you have that extra few, it's like having a coin jar, okay? It's like having a coin jar and you drop all your change in there and you save it up and then you turn it in and you go, ooh, you don't think about all those coins, and then after months you're like, damn, I got $50. Alright, then you take that $50 and you put it into cryptocurrencies. My advice, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I don't know about advice, it's just what I'm doing. What I feel, hey, spread it out. Because they're all doing their own things and they all have good benefits and this and that. So hey, get all excited here. You know what I mean? Alright, I'll link to this article here. It's just crazy. Got me so worked up, man. Thank you.